There are two really popular smartphone gimbals at the moment, the Insta360 Flow and the DJI Osmo Mobile 6. They both cost the same price, they're both really good gimbals, but there are a few extra things about the Insta360 Flow that give it a bit of an edge. So in terms of the form factor, both gimbals are compact and they fold up really easy for storage and carrying, and both of them have an extended selfie stick which is built in as well, so you can just extend it and then put it back down into the gimbal. But where the Flow comes out on top is with its built-in tripod and cold shoe mount. So the tripod acts like an extended handle, so you can pull it out and then you've got an extra grip at the bottom of the gimbal, but then it also means that you've got a built-in tripod so that you don't have to necessarily screw an additional tripod onto the bottom of the gimbal. And then with the cold shoe mount, it means that you can use an external microphone like the Rode Wireless Me or the Rode Wireless Go 2, so you can get better, cleaner audio when you're filming your videos. And by having the cold shoe mount built into the gimbal, you're not adding any extra weight to the phone, which is basically going to unbalance it and not be able to make it usable on the gimbal. Now with the DJI Osmo Mobile 6, the tripod is separate, so you do have to screw it onto the bottom of the gimbal, and that means that you have to carry around an extra accessory, and it just means that it's an extra step when you're trying to set up and just get filming straight away. So that's just something that gives the Flow a bit of an advantage when you want to get up and filming and just go straight away. It is worth mentioning though that the Osmo Mobile 6 does have a better grip to it, even though the Flow has the extendable handle that you can bring down. Just straight off the bat, the Osmo Mobile 6 just feels a lot better to hold, especially if you've got bigger hands, so that's just something to bear in mind. The tripod on the Osmo Mobile 6 is also a little bit more sturdy than the Flow, and it's probably because it's got the harder plastic and it's a little bit bigger, but again, just something to note. So when it comes to battery life, both the gimbals have really good battery for filming all day. You're probably not going to run out of battery life. The DJI Osmo Mobile 6 has about 6 hours of battery, but the Insta360 Flow has about 12 hours of battery life. And the other great advantage of the Insta360 Flow is the fact that you can use it as a power bank. So if you're recording with your phone, which you would be if you're using the gimbal, then you can actually plug your phone into the gimbal and it's going to charge your phone on the go. So when you're filming with your phone, obviously it's going to drain your battery quite a lot. So just having that extra feature so that it means that you're not going to run out of juice with your phone is just really great. And again, it's just something that sets the Insta360 Flow apart from other gimbals. So I think one of the Insta360 Flow's biggest feature is its intelligent smart wheel, because it allows you to do everything from that smart wheel without having to touch your phone at all. So with the DJI Osmo Mobile 6, you've obviously got a display which has a mode button next to it, and then you've got the record button, the switch button, and then you've got a zoom wheel and focus wheel on the side of the gimbal as well. With the switch button on the DJI Osmo Mobile 6, you can switch between the front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera. The only problem is that you can't do it whilst you're recording. So if you want to flip between the front and the back whilst you're filming, then you do have to stop recording, flip the camera, and then start recording again. Which makes the Insta360 Flow better in that scenario, because you can flip between the front and the back camera whilst you're recording. You don't have to stop at all. So it's really good for if you're vlogging and just creating a seamless video where you don't have to interrupt the recording. The other advantage that the Insta360 Flow has over the Osmo Mobile 6 as well is the fact that when you want to switch the lenses in your camera, so if you're going from the wide lens to the standard lens to the telephoto lens, you can easily do that just by quickly flicking the wheel. Whereas if you want to do that on the DJI Osmo Mobile 6, then you're going to have to do it on the display of the phone, because if you try and use the zoom wheel, then it zooms really nice and smoothly in and out, but it doesn't lock onto each of the different lenses without really trying to fine tune it with that scroll wheel. So it's a lot easier and it's a lot quicker just to do it on the phone. Whereas with the Flow, you have that quick flick of the wheel and then it does it for you. And then if you rotate the wheel a little bit more and hold your finger on it, then obviously it's going to do a nice zoom in and zoom out. So with that intelligent smart wheel, like I said earlier, you can literally control everything to do with your recording and playback from that wheel itself. So you can play back your footage, you can fast forward, rewind, pause it, all from the smart wheel itself. And all you have to do is press and hold the switch button, and then you can use the smart wheel to switch between different clips and zoom in and out of those clips as well. And when you're switching between the different clips, if you've got some clips which are in a portrait orientation and some that are in a landscape orientation, then the gimbal will flip the phone, so it'll flip it into the portrait mode or into the landscape mode depending on what orientation you shot that clip in. So it's just a really nice little feature that's in there to give you a really good viewing experience on your phone whilst you're flicking through the footage. And then in terms of playing and pausing a clip, you can just use the trigger button and it'll do that for you. So both of the gimbals have a really great tracking feature, but with the Insta360 Flow, it goes that a little bit further, because if you or your subject leaves the frame, it will remember where you were, and when you come back into the frame, it'll pick you back up again, which is great. And if an object passes in front of the object that you're filming or the subject that you're filming, then the Insta360 Flow will remember the subject and pick the subject back up when it comes into the frame. The other thing is when you're zooming, you can also track a subject or an object as well. Whereas with the DJI Osmo Mobile 6, you can't zoom in and keep tracking a subject at the same time. And also, when the subject changes, so they change position or something goes in front of the subject, after 2 or 3 seconds, then the Osmo Mobile 6 will lose that subject completely and it won't pick it back up when it comes back into the frame. So again, that's just where the Insta360 Flow has that advantage when it comes to tracking. If tracking is a really big deal to you because you film by yourself, then that's just a really great feature that the Insta360 Flow has. The DJI Osmo Mobile 6 also doesn't support tracking in slow motion, but the Insta360 Flow does. Creative features isn't something that's going to be for everyone. Some people just literally want to have a really good gimbal, which is going to give them really good stabilization just to vlog and to get creative shots. But if you want to get 360 panorama photos, then using the Insta360 Flow is perfect for this. And the Insta360 app allows you to really manipulate that photo as well, and you can crop in the photo different aspect ratios. So if you want to have it as a vertical photo or a horizontal photo or a square photo or a really widescreen photo, then you can do that, and you can just crop into anywhere in that frame for that image. The Insta360 Flow also has a widescreen mode, which allows you to get kind of like a cinematic kind of looking video, and will also apply a creative filter as well. So you can go through and choose that filter before you start recording, and it will apply that filter to your clips. So you can just do a little bit more in the camera that you don't have to do in post if you don't have the time, and it's just a really nice feature to have. So they're both great gimbals. Like I said, they're both the same price, but with the Insta360 Flow, it just feels like you're getting that much more for that price. You've just got a few more extra features. And like I said, with the tracking is awesome. So I've dropped links in the description to them. You can check them out. And thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one.